If you place your rice container here, your money flow will dry up and block wealth luck. Welcome to Buddhist Wisdom Daily. Did you know that something as simple as where you place your rice container in your home can actually influence your wealth and prosperity? Yes, that's right. The placement of your rice container isn't just a matter of practicality, but it carries significant Feng Shui implications. In this video, we'll uncover common mistakes people make when placing their rice containers and how to arrange them to attract wealth and improve prosperity. Before we dive in, let's activate some good energy right now. Leave a comment to attract prosperity, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our helpful content. It may seem like a small, everyday decision, but where you place your rice container can have a significant impact on the energy in your home and ultimately your prosperity. Feng Shui teaches us that the arrangement of our surroundings reflects the flow of energy in our lives. One of the most common mistakes people make in Feng Shui is placing the rice container too close to the stove. In the ancient teachings of Feng Shui, the stove represents the fire element, which symbolizes energy, transformation, and sometimes destruction. Fire, in its essence, is a force of change. Whether that change is positive or negative depends on how it is balanced. Rice, on the other hand, symbolizes the earth element, which represents stability, growth, and nourishment. These two elements, fire and earth, are fundamentally in conflict. Fire burns earth, and in doing so, destabilizes it, causing depletion. In Buddhist teachings, we learn that balance is at the heart of all things. The Buddha's wisdom guides us to seek harmony between the forces within us, just as we must balance our thoughts and emotions. The fire within us, like the fire on the stove, must be controlled, or it will destroy the calm that the earth, our stability, provides. Similarly, when the rice container is placed too close to the stove, it's as if we are allowing this chaotic energy to consume the calm stability of the earth. Money, like rice, needs nurturing and stability to grow. When the energy of fire is too strong, it makes it difficult to retain wealth, just as fire makes it hard to hold on to something fragile like rice. You might notice that even when you earn a decent income, money seems to slip through your fingers. This is a direct manifestation of the conflict between fire and earth playing out in your financial life. Lao Tzu, the great sage, once said, "The wise man does not act, and the foolish man acts." His words remind us that sometimes it's not about doing more, it's about finding the right balance. If you place your rice container near the stove, you're acting without considering the balance of energy. By ignoring this simple principle, you invite disharmony into your home, making it harder for wealth and abundance to find their way to you. It's not just about where we place physical objects, but how we approach the balance of energy in our lives. Another common mistake is placing the rice container in damp, dark places, especially near the bathroom. In Feng Shui, the bathroom is associated with the water element, which represents change and movement. Water is necessary for life, but when it is in excess or placed incorrectly, it brings with it negative energy. Water in this case is a force that can wash away prosperity, leaving you feeling financially unstable. It's like trying to hold on to a fragile object while the tide of the ocean is constantly trying to pull it away. In Buddhist teachings, we learn that mindfulness is key to staying grounded amidst the changes of life. Water, like unchecked emotions or distractions, can wash over us and disrupt the peace and stability we need to thrive. When the rice container absorbs this negative water energy, it becomes vulnerable. The rice, which symbolizes abundance and nourishment, will lose its vitality. It can become stale, moldy, or even infested with pests. This decline in the rice's quality is symbolic of how our wealth becomes vulnerable when we do not pay attention to the balance in our environment. In Feng Shui, damaged rice signals a decline in wealth, just as neglecting to practice mindfulness can cause us to lose our direction, leading to hardships. The Buddha reminds us that our external environment reflects our inner state. And if we allow negative energy to invade our surroundings, it can slowly erode our peace and prosperity. Just as a home filled with darkness invites fear, placing the rice container near the bathroom invites the negative flow of energy, causing money and luck to slip away. It's important to remember that our physical space is a reflection of our inner state. If we clutter our space with negative influences, whether they be material or emotional, we create obstacles that hinder the flow of prosperity. In Feng Shui, the rice container should be placed in a stable and protected area, ideally in a kitchen corner or within a closed cabinet. These positions allow the wealth energy to accumulate and shield the rice from negative environmental factors that might deplete its positive influence. When we consider Buddhist teachings, we realize that the container is more than just a place for rice. It is a representation of how we guard our wealth and our peace of mind. In the southeast direction, the energy is especially favorable. This area is connected to the wood element, which represents growth, vitality, and the nurturing of new opportunities. The southeast encourages the continuous flow of prosperity, helping to activate the positive energy needed to build a thriving and abundant life. This direction encourages growth in all areas of life, not just finances. The Buddha once said, "We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think." This truth resonates deeply in how we structure our environment. Our physical space mirrors our inner state. When we place the rice container in a stable location, we align our surroundings with the calm stability that we seek within. We are giving ourselves the best chance for success, as our environment reflects the abundance we want to attract. It's also crucial to place the rice container at a height that supports its purpose. In Feng Shui, placing the container too low on the ground is seen as symbolic of instability and a lack of growth. Wealth, like the flow of energy in our lives, needs space to grow and accumulate. Ideally, your rice container should be placed on a shelf or stand that is at least 30 centimeters above the ground. This height symbolizes the elevation of wealth and the continual growth of prosperity. Just as we are taught to elevate our consciousness through mindfulness and compassion, we must elevate our financial habits to align with abundance. A cluttered space can block the flow of wealth, while a clean and organized space invites prosperity. Consider the ancient Buddhist teaching of Sangha, learning community, and how a harmonious community can nurture peace and success. Similarly, a clean space cultivates peace and success in your home. When your environment is tidy, you invite clarity and tranquility into your life. Keeping the rice container clean and free from dust or debris ensures that the positive energy can flow freely and that wealth will accumulate naturally. Another vital principle in Feng Shui is that your rice container should never be empty. The symbolism of an empty rice container is a lack of resources, and it signifies the possibility of financial instability. This is a reminder from the past, passed down through generations. The great Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "When we look deeply at the world, we see that everything is interconnected. Just as a well-filled rice container provides nourishment and stability for your family, a well-filled heart invites abundance and security." By ensuring your rice container is always at least 70% full, you send a message to the universe that your home is abundant and you will never experience lack. The choice of a rice container might seem like a simple, mundane decision, but in the realm of Feng Shui, it carries a much deeper significance, one that relates to the very flow of energy in your life, particularly your financial stability. The rice container is not just a place to store food. It symbolizes how we store and manage our resources, and by extension, how we attract and hold on to wealth. Let's begin with stainless steel rice containers. Stainless steel is durable, resistant to rust, and protects against pests and moisture. In Feng Shui, stainless steel is associated with the metal element, which represents stability, protection, and strength. The metal element is known for its ability to guard against external negative forces. Think of it as a shield for your wealth. Using a stainless steel rice container is like creating a fortress around your finances, ensuring they remain protected from outside disturbances. Much like how a sturdy roof protects a home from the elements, a stainless steel container safeguards your wealth from being easily depleted or damaged by negative influences. However, there's an important consideration. Avoid overly reflective surfaces. While metal stability is beneficial, mirrors or excessively shiny surfaces can cause wealth to disperse. Think about the wisdom of the ancient Zen masters. They often emphasize the importance of moderation. Excessive brilliance can lead to imbalance, just as a magnifying glass intensifies the sun's heat to a destructive degree. When wealth is spread too thin or lost through constant exposure, it becomes harder to retain. This is why it's best to choose a stainless steel rice container with a subtle, matte finish to maintain the equilibrium necessary for long-term financial prosperity. In contrast, ceramic rice containers are also an excellent choice in Feng Shui. The ceramic material represents the earth element, which is all about stability, durability, and the preservation of wealth. Earth is the grounding force that nurtures growth, just as the earth supports the roots of a tree, providing nourishment that allows the tree to flourish. Ceramic containers help maintain the vitality of rice, preventing it from becoming stale or spoiled, and by extension, they help keep your wealth fresh and protected. When selecting a ceramic rice container, think of the teachings of Buddha, who encouraged his followers to live simply but with great care. The earthy tones of browns, yellows, and beige are particularly beneficial because they symbolize abundance and financial stability. These colors remind us of the fertile soil that nurtures plants, providing a strong foundation for growth. Just as the earth is patient in its quiet work, a ceramic rice container offers a steady and quiet protection, fostering long-term prosperity. Then we have the wooden rice containers. Wood in Feng Shui represents the wood element, which is strongly connected to growth, vitality, and new beginnings. Wood encourages the flourishing of new opportunities and the steady development of resources, much like how a tree's branches grow and expand over time. Choosing a wooden rice container aligns you with the energy of growth, promoting not just financial stability, but also prosperity that continues to evolve. The Buddha often spoke of impermanence, the idea that everything is in constant change. Wood, while sturdy, represents this flow of life. It's constantly growing, stretching toward the sky, always changing, always expanding. Just like a wooden rice container, your wealth can continue to grow, evolve, and be nurtured by this positive energy. However, in the same vein, it's important to choose light-colored wood. Light-colored woods symbolize clarity and openness, encouraging positive, harmonious growth. Avoid dark woods as they can slow down the flow of energy, much like how a heavy storm cloud can block the light of the sun. We've discussed the ideal materials for your rice container, but Feng Shui goes beyond just the object itself. It's also about creating an environment that nurtures positive energy and harmony in your home. In the same way that we carefully choose our thoughts and actions to align with our values, the things we place around our rice container can either enhance or disrupt the flow of wealth and prosperity. So let's explore the items you should avoid placing near your rice container to maintain a balanced, harmonious environment. One of the first things to avoid is placing clocks or old calendars near your rice container. Now, clocks represent the passage of time, constantly reminding us of the ticking minutes, hours, and days that slip away. While time is a natural part of life, a broken clock represents stagnation, symbolizing that time has come to a halt. In Buddhist philosophy, time is viewed as an illusion. The Buddha taught that our attachment to time, like any other attachment, creates suffering. We often become trapped in the past or the future, but we lose the power of the present moment. Just like a broken clock, the energy around us can be trapped if we allow our minds to dwell in the past. Old calendars with their outdated pages carry the energy of what has already passed. When placed near the rice container, they remind us of what's behind us, preventing the natural flow of abundance into the future. It's like trying to move forward while always looking backward. Your path becomes unclear. The teachings of Lao Tzu echo this. If you are always looking at the past, you miss the beauty of the present moment. When wealth is anchored to the past, it has a hard time growing. Keep the energy fresh and vibrant by removing these items, making space for the prosperity of tomorrow. Next, let's talk about sharp objects such as knives and scissors. Feng Shui teaches that sharp items represent cutting and division. When placed near the rice container, they symbolically sever the connection between your wealth and its ability to grow. It's as if you're cutting off the roots of a tree that needs nurturing in order to flourish. This disruption can block the flow of prosperity, much like a storm uprooting a tree that has not yet taken root. In Buddhism, division and separation are considered sources of suffering. Attachment and aversion, the desire to cling to certain things and reject others, create internal conflict and distance us from peace. Similarly, when you place knives or scissors next to your rice container, you are symbolically creating separation, making it harder for your financial energy to stay united and grow in harmony. In life, we are encouraged to embrace unity and oneness. Avoid sharp objects around your wealth and allow your prosperity to grow freely without obstruction. Another common mistake is placing heavy objects on top of the rice container. In Feng Shui, this is one of the most direct taboos. It symbolizes the suppression of wealth. Just as wealth requires stability and proper placement, it also needs freedom to flow and expand. Wealth, much like energy, cannot thrive under pressure or when it's burdened by unnecessary weight. Buddha taught about the weight of attachment, how the more we cling to material things, the heavier our lives become. When you place heavy objects on top of your rice container, you're symbolically placing a burden on your wealth, preventing it from expanding. It's akin to trying to run with a heavy load. Money may flow in, but it won't stay. The message is clear. Wealth needs space. Remove the weight from your financial energy and let it flow freely, bringing long-term prosperity into your life. Finally, we come to old papers, receipts, and bills. These seemingly insignificant items carry the energy of debt and financial depletion. In Buddhism, we are taught to live in the present moment, letting go of the past and not dwelling on future uncertainties. When we hold on to reminders of what we owe or fail to pay, we trap ourselves in the past. Old bills or receipts, when placed near your rice container, invite the energy of lack and financial drain into the space where you store your wealth. This not only creates negative energy, but can prevent wealth from circulating freely. As the Buddha said, to be truly free, you must let go of the past. By keeping receipts and bills near the rice container, we hold on to what's already gone, leaving no room for new positive energy to enter. Instead, place these papers in a separate drawer and focus on creating space for abundance. Add something positive, like a Feng Shui coin or a pinch of salt, to your rice container to attract wealth and stability. Let go of financial worries and invite in the abundance of the present moment. Feng Shui teaches us that small changes in our living environment can have profound effects on our lives. The placement of your rice container is just one example of how our surroundings influence our financial and emotional well-being. By following these Feng Shui principles, you can create a harmonious environment that fosters prosperity, peace, and growth. Remember, every small action counts, and by making these mindful adjustments, you can attract abundance into your life. Thank you for watching. Wishing you all good luck, peace, and prosperity. See you in the next video.